Fox legal editor, Carrie Urban, joins us right now. So, Carrie, we just heard the news. We just got the Stormy warning, and, we will finally hear from her. Her depiction of the relationship, the encounter, all that stuff with Donald Trump.
Yeah, so much for NDAs. This is what we've been hearing.
What's the point of them?
Right. This is what we've been hearing from a couple of witnesses on the stand, that Donald Trump traditionally would not pay people for NDAs or to kill stories because he said the story always gets out. Basically, it's a waste of money. And here we are.
What is the prosecution's approach? What does the prosecution need her to say?
They're going to, I think, really delve into why she thinks Donald Trump wanted to pay her as part of this to keep the story quiet. They're going to want to talk about whether she thought that the reason this all came together was to help him win the election. So they're going to, I think, focus on that. And then the defense will come in and say, well, isn't it possible that he also wanted to suppress the story because it would negatively affect his wife and his family? Can all of these things be true?
Yeah, what about the gag order? The judge is saying threatening jail time if he continues to do this. But you have Michael Cohen on social media talking about this. Donald Trump can't even retweet someone's comments on social media.
It's fundamentally unfair that the judge has imposed a gag order against Donald Trump and not Michael Cohen. I think that's very obvious at this point.
And from the Department of Justice, where you used to work, our own David Spunt has just sent something out regarding the gag order, because yesterday Mr. Trump was found in violation a 10th time and fined another $1,000. Fox News confirms via a source familiar with the discussions there are internal conversations within the U.S. Secret Service regarding Donald Trump going to jail. Those conversations picked up yesterday after the judge floated the
I think that would just help him. I think it would help him.
Oh, I think it would help him too, but the Secret Service, to David's point, they have to know how to do it. They have to be prepared, which is wild if you think about this.
Yeah, we heard about that before, so we'll see if he does it. The president came out. He seems to also have been disciplined on the stump the weekend before, so he can hold it back. Real quick, is the jigsaw puzzle for the prosecution coming together? Last week and starting this week, they're trying to show that he paid off them for his election fortunes, and they're trying to take it from a bookkeeping error to trying to win an election. Is this puzzle coming together for the prosecution?
I continue to not think so, having been there day after day. And, I pulled up a statement that Michael Cohen put out when he was sentenced in 2018. And you know what he said in that statement? That this payment was for both the election and because Donald Trump was concerned about his family. That's in Michael Cohen's own words, a statement he put out 5 or 6 years ago. Yeah. And
why is that important?
It's important because I think that the prosecution's theory of the case appears to be that he was defrauding, and by the way, defrauding who? Unclear. Defrauding the American people by suppressing this story in order to help him win the election, and somehow that is a violation of either state or federal election law. Of course, the federal piece wouldn't make sense because they don't have jurisdiction over that, and DOJ declined to bring it.
Carrie, I know you've been in there every day. Is there anything you would do differently if you were Donald Trump's attorneys?
So the one thing I'm a little bit surprised about is why not just own the fact that, yes, I paid this woman, this compensation for this NDA. It's not illegal. Yes, there were discussions about catch and kill schemes. Not illegal. Yes, I didn't want bad stories about myself, especially when it came to women. Not illegal. So why are we here? This is a court of law. There are crimes. Elements need to be proved. And one thing I've picked up on, I was thinking about yesterday, I was sitting with Lydia Hu, one of our Fox Business correspondents in the courtroom, and she does a great job. We were talking about this element of intent to defraud that comes with the falsifying business records charge. And we were talking to each other and saying, well, who is he intended to defraud? The American people? Because if that's the case, what about all of the politicians that make promises that they never keep? We're going to lower taxes. We're going to close the partisan divide. We're going to solve the energy crisis. And if they don't execute those promises, were they defrauding people when they ran? And are there grounds if they were some kind of attached to a payment somewhere? It's quite something.
And how many weeks you think we're looking at still? You see,
so the prosecution said yesterday that 2 weeks. They'll be finished with their case 2 weeks from yesterday.
All right.
2 weeks for the president to avoid jail.
And you've got an assignment for the next 2 weeks.
Right.
All right.
Nice to see you, Carrie.
Who's ready for it to be over?
Okay, so the headline once again, if you're just joining us, it sounds like, according to the Associated Press, Stormy Daniels is going to take the stand today.